Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Bourbon Bar. I got here like 10 seconds ago, but it's all good. And Lauren's going to greet you guys while I change into official Bourbon Bar outfit, obviously, because people can't be seeing me like this. They don't even know who I am like this. You know? Okay.
I'm sorry.
Greet the peeps. I'll be back.
Hello. There's only one person here.
Okay. Well, I'm going to be drinking...
Hello.
Whiskeys that I haven't visited in a while. I'm pairing it with Taco Bell because of...
Holden says that he's going to be drinking whiskeys that he hasn't drinking in a while and pairing it with Taco Bell because he didn't eat dinner and I got him Taco Bell. And crab ragoons. So yeah. Now we have more people. Beano's here. Hello. And Sugar Kitty. Hello. Is that a Whataburger uniform? I don't know if you're talking about Holden or me because I've never been to Whataburger, but I do have a fun fact that the owner of Whataburger was a Ripon College alum, which is where I went to school. So that's all I have. Is that the official Menards uniform? Nope. That's Holden's hand-me-down work clothes. I don't know, whatever you want to call them. Hello, Loren, and hello, Kitty from Beano again. And now some meows and some hellos. So now that we're all here and acquainted, we can just wait for Holden not to be in inappropriate clothing during our live stream. Derek's here. Hello. So is Robin. Hello. I'm having the crab ragoons my mother suggested I eat, even though she didn't answer my text message. Rude. So, yeah. Joe Dickinson says, don't wait for Holden and pour myself a drink. I don't know where to start. What would taste good with some crab ragoons? I'm guessing none of these that are on the table in front of me. Should we pour Holden a mystery glass? Is that we're doing that today?
Sure.
Well, then leave.
Okay. Well,
Uh-oh. We don't have many Glencairns, guys.
Oh, I have some.
I feel like we should go with the theme, but I don't want him to pick it off the shelf. I have one. You can bring it later. I think I'm going to do this, as long as everyone is okay with that. Yes. Hard to open. There. So everyone knows, here's our mystery cup. You all know what it is, so I don't need to explain. Okay.
Okay. Talk about a hectic day.
Here's your cup.
I can finally sit down. And now I have the smile pillow because I was late.
Yeah.
Get a little color in here, eh?
Oh, you didn't have those on?
Nope.
I didn't know that.
All right, everybody. So the purpose of today's live stream originally is I'm visiting some old whiskeys. Whiskeys that either one, I haven't drank in a really long time, or two, that I got a really, really long time ago. And all the ones on the table are pretty true for both of those. Actually, the oldest bottle in my collection is this Jefferson's Reserve. Before I even got into whiskey, when I turned 21, I bought this bottle. So
Why that one?
because I didn't know much about bourbon. and just like the shape of it, the cork, and like, you know, Jefferson's Reserve, very old Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, very small batch. You know, as a beginner whiskey enthusiast, I'm just like, look at all those fancy words, you know, it must be like real good stuff, you know. And so I just like, I said, screw it. I'm like, I'm gonna buy it. And then I bought it and I drank it a lot, and I actually cut my teeth on it quite a bit, but not as much as Bullet. But I did actually have a good bit of this before I really got into things here. So, hello everybody who's in the chat. Loren already said hi, but I didn't get to, so hello everybody. Why not? So, I'm also going to be pairing this with Taco Bell only because I'm starving. So what I was doing, since the reason I was late, sorry for that by the way, is finishing our house, the floors of our house. I put on the last coat of clear coat, which means 3 days from now we can officially move in, which is super exciting, right? And I say 3 days because you can walk on it and stuff in 24 hours, but it says no heavy use for 3 days after clear coating. So that's kind of where I'm at, and I am super excited. I know you're probably excited because living in our house for finally and living in our house, but more importantly, being done with the renovating. I mean, like for the most part, we still have a lot of stuff to do, but
I brought you this crab balloon.
It won't look like a war zone.
I brought you two, but I ate the other one.
Well, I ate one.
Really
I ate
yummy.
one while I was waiting in there.
Without me, that's me.
So the whiskey I got here on the table, guys. I have some Jefferson's Reserve, as I said. I could probably bottle kill this soon because it's been down there for a while. Actually, this would be a great video to talk about how does whiskey change, you know, over the years if I bought another one.
I thought we weren't going to drink that because I thought you were going to make a bottle with it.
What do you mean a bottle? Oh, yeah, an infinity blend?
Yeah.
I know. My plan with this one was to make an infinity bottle. And I wanted like everything that I had, but anyway, I digress. The other bottle here is Willet Pot Still. I got this one in Tennessee. Paid $100 for it because I didn't know better back then. Pretty embarrassing, and I haven't drank it in a long time, probably over a year.
It's been one of our things, I think.
Oh, really? Okay, well,
a while ago, but not.
I haven't chosen to drink it in a while, basically. Then we have this Rebel Cast Strength over here. It's been a long time since I've actually sat down and sipped this one. And then here is a New Riff Balboa Rye. I got that over a year ago, and it's good stuff, but I don't drink it often. They're very often at all. So I figured I would revisit these whiskeys and just kind of like see how much they remind me of like
your childhood,
the old days, the olden days. But first, let's try this crab ragout. That is some grade A crab ragout.
Why do you eat it like a sandwich?
How are you supposed to eat it?
I tear it apart and then I eat it little piece by piece. And
like a heathen.
You know what? If
you killed somebody and buried them, you'd be a murderer. But if you killed somebody and then tore them apart piece by piece and ate them, you know what you would be?
Cannibal.
Well, Jeffrey Dahmer, but...
Why do you think about this? Do you think I'm going to kill you, stick you in a box, and put you in the freezer, and then slowly eat you through the rest of my life? And then on my deathbed admit that I ate human meat and that I killed you?
Well, you guys all heard it here first, so if anything happens to me, you know where to look.
What if something actually does happen to you and the cops think it's me?
Area 1 is in the chat, says Wave and Whiskey Glass. Cheers, everyone. Thanks for being here. New Riff Balboa Rye is incredible.
Pussycat.
It is really good. I do like the Balboa Rye. I like the malted rye more, but the Balboa Rye is really good.
You are tipping over the bar.
I feel like there's some like
floaty thing. Looks like liquid.
Look
smoke.
at it. It kind of looks like there's spider web in the bottle. You know what I mean?
Well, that's unappetizing.
Well, whiskeys have floaties sometimes. It just happens. It's not like uncommon. I have a Rebel Cask strength, not opened. Good. Yeah, I actually needed mine to get past the neck pour
Holden
for a
didn't
long
like it
time.
at first, and when he first said it, I'll put this video on it, he said it tasted like dirt. But when I say things taste like dirt, then I'm crazy.
Well,
Man, there's no excuse.
it opened up quite nicely. It just took like a month or two to open up, so
Hi.
there's that. But okay.
All right, how many tacos does everyone think Holden has in this bag?
Let's take
Whoever
a guess.
guesses is gonna get a high five.
How many tacos do I have in this bag? And I'm not dieting today. So that plays into it. But
Holden's not dying any day.
this Mystery Glen though smells good. It's non-chill filtered.
Bino just went straight for the biggest number he could think of. Calling me
10.
like fat ass. Probably was watching you eat my
6 tacos, 2
Cadbury
meals.
eggs.
Nope. No and no. So we got 6 and 10 are out of the picture. Anybody else care to wager on the great taco debate?
We should specify that they're not like tacos.
They're not tacos.
like
They're Taco Bell
tacos.
items. They're items. So they could be huge or they could be a shell and some cheese. You should have made margaritas if you were having tacos.
That would be such a good
Live stream.
for Cinco de Mayo. Even though Cinco de Mayo, I know it's not whatever. But
True. And
Or
we
what?
could get
We
a couple
have to
different
celebrate.
kinds of tequila. We can get a Raspado, Añejo, and Blanco, and we can make different margaritas and see which one's the best.
Cinco de Mayo is on a Friday. Okay, well, I can't do it on the Tuesday because I had mouth surgery that day. I'm not going to be able to drink margaritas. What if I come on the live stream that day and I'm all weird and I admit all of our deep dark secrets to the internet?
That would be embarrassing.
Be entertaining.
Damn.
All right, mark your calendars.
You've had 2 4 left. Nope. Wrong.
He just got home.
I did just
had a
get
taco,
home.
though.
Yeah. All right. Here's a big reveal. So, item number 1 is a Doritos Locos Taco. What is this? Cool Ranch or normal?
I only have regular.
Oh, shit. A nacho cheese Dorito Loco Taco. Next up on the list is
Everyone thinks you're a fat ass.
a piece
bitch.
of lettuce.
Oh, I thought it was a chip.
Why would it be a chip?
I got chips.
Oh. This is a chili cheese burrito.
I thought those were bigger. It's not even heavy.
Me too. I've never actually had one. This was like a new item that I'm just trying today. So we'll see live if I like it. And then finally, the big boy daddy monster is a Crunchwrap
Why
Supreme.
does it look smushed?
It is very flat and very like big. Feels almost like a quesadilla. But like a
Let's
thick
look at it.
quesadilla. There it is, everybody.
Looks like a tortilla pussy.
That was one of those things that maybe you should have left in your head when you thought it. Anyway, this bar is freaking tippy because of my bottles at the end of it. I did make some brackets to. What are you doing?
None of your business.
Okay. I made some brackets to reinforce this bar, but you know, you gonna get a drink? Beer, wine.
I don't know yet. Stop trying to control me.
Anyway, let's go ahead and pour something here. Let's start with. We'll start with the bell. Shit.
Can you talk?
We're gonna start with the Balboa. No, yeah, we're gonna start with the Balboa Rye. We'll work our way into the bourbon. And the answer was 3, by the way, for tacos. It was 3 tacos. And Balboa Rye is going into the Glen. Whoa, heavy pours tonight, but that's okay because we got tacos. Robin says 8. Unfortunately, that's wrong. Sorry. Try again. Joe Dickinson says, "Oh, you have to do that. Tequila kills the pain." True. Yeah, I could go for some tequila. I love me some margaritas, and tequila's actually not that bad if you guys have ever drank it straight. So there's that.
We're all out of beer.
That's a shame. We're all out of beer, apparently. The Newer. Ugh, that was cold. Was that in the wine fridge?
No, it was in hell.
Vines and rushes. The Newer has more of an oaky note than I originally thought it had. I'm getting more like oak, like a foresty type oak. This isn't like. Is it? It's not pressured, right?
I don't know. You put it in there.
It's more oaky than I thought it was, and it has more of like a dark complex than I thought it did. But it smells great. It still smells like a rye, which is nice. A lot of light fruit in it.
This is my good wine that you left out on the counter without the freaking cap on after you told me you would put it away for 2 days.
I don't remember that happening. Anyway.
I don't remember that happening.
So that's really good. There's a lot more spice in that than I thought there was.
Are you talking about the taco?
No, I'm not talking about the taco. But speaking of, we got a whiskey open. Now it's time to get into this Dorito Loco Taco. Hey guys, what's your go-to Taco Bell order?
I have a feeling that most of the people here don't eat Taco Bell because it gives everyone the shits.
Well, sometimes people need help clearing themselves out, you know? It's like you with your Hoo Hot.
No, I haven't been getting the Hoo Hot shits because they don't have the eggs anymore.
True. It's only when you eat eggs.
The internet needed to know this.
Thank God.
This is what we always talk about right before we eat.
Thank God that Hoo Hot got rid of their eggs.
No, that's mean. I like the eggs. That was my favorite part.
This taco would be so good.
I've never had a Doritos Locos taco.
If it was warm.
It's not warm?
No.
Let me check. Wait, eat that smushy part off. I want that.
How are you gonna?
So my go-to order at Taco Bell is I get the soft shell taco, and then I order chips and cheese on the side, and then they pour the nacho cheese inside the taco with 1 squirt of hot sauce, and then I eat the chips plain because their chips are really good, and then I eat the taco.
That's quite complex. The order you got there.
Yeah.
Bino says none.
I told you.
You're not a taco man, Bino?
He's not a Taco Bell man.
Hey, you know, people gotta stop shitting on Taco Bell. They're like one of the only fast foods that still uses real meat.
It comes in a bag.
Yeah, but at least it's made out of cow.
What is the other stuff made out of?
I don't know. All I know is my friend had a pet dog named George, and all of a sudden one day he went missing. Guess where my friend lived? Right next to a Taco Bell. Coincidence?
You're on crack.
That was a lie. This new rip is really good. Not sure how well it pairs with Taco Bell. Whoa.
What's happening?
Bino says I'd rather have wings. Trust me, me too, especially with what I'm eating, with what I'm drinking. Wings are the perfect bar food. There's a reason for it. What's your favorite wing place? I like B-Dubs. But only because of the sauce. B-Dubs wings are only okay, but their sauces are just great. If B-Dubs had...
I told you, he likes Larry's.
If Legend Larry's had B-Dubs sauces...
Legend Larry's has some good shit. You just don't want to give it a try. The thing is,
I've been there twice with you.
I've never fucking been there with you. I haven't been to Legend Larry's in a long time.
Yeah, and last time you went, it was with me.
I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
Did we order food?
Yes.
I don't think so. Last time I went was with my parents. That one day that I got...
It was over a year ago. It was probably a year and a half ago.
Last time I went there was with my mom, and we drank at the margarita bar, and then we went and got Legend Larry's afterwards.
Well, I was with twice, but it was just me and you. One time we might have only got drinks, but the other time we 100% got wings. Actually, no, both times we got wings. One of the times it was late at night, though.
I don't recall that.
Bino does say Legend Larry's. Joe Dickinson says Quaker Steak Wings.
Never heard of it. Is that like?
I feel like Quaker Steak is like an other place apart from Wisconsin thing because I've heard of it. I just don't know.
From the East Coast. That's where the Quakers were, right?
He's from. Oh, yeah. I know this. I thought he was from like that way. I'm not sure.
What does that mean?
Southwest, like of Wisconsin. So like anything not from the upper East Coast.
He's just making it. He's from Cleveland, yeah.
Where the fuck's Cleveland? Oh wait, it's in Ohio.
Oh, gosh.
Wait, where's Ohio?
Oh my gosh.
That's like right here? Under wait. Ohio. Is that to the right of Illinois? I mean Indiana? Fuck me. To the right of Indiana, right?
Well, if you're in Indiana, isn't it to the left?
I thought Illinois was left of Indiana. It
Well,
goes
it depends
Illinois,
on what direction you're facing.
Indiana.
Ohio?
If you're looking at a map, it's to the right of Indiana.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you know where Cleveland is in Ohio?
No. I agree. Legendaries is the best. We got a lot of Legendaries votes in the chat. B-dubs.
There are two, and it's the two people that hang out together.
I know. But to be fair, B-dubs has good sauce. So, Robin says, I like the chili cheese burrito and soft tacos. Have had the Doritos Locos taco, but that is good too. Have had.
I don't like Doritos.
And that is good too. We don't?
Act like you don't freaking know that. You're literally about to marry me, and this is the shit you say?
Okay, there's a difference between you not liking something and you choosing 10 other things before you eat that one.
No, I don't like Doritos. I don't really like chips, except for tortilla chips dipped in salsa.
It's literally all chip. Joe Dickinson said, if you are ever in the area, Anchor Bay, the home of Buffalo. That's what I said.
You said Bay.
The home of the Buffalo Wings. And he's from Cleveland. Quaker Steak is out of Pennsylvania, but...
Okay, and the Quakers are from Pennsylvania, correct? Am I crazy? Like the people?
Across the Great Lakes. Bino says F Illinois, too.
We got some strong feelings in the chat today.
And Pennsylvania...
I will give you a high five if you can tell me who in the chat is from Pennsylvania. I might be wrong when I say it, but I'm pretty sure.
I am geographically challenged. Casey Deserves in the chat says, cheers, everyone. The bar wings are the best, in my opinion. Traditional.
See, I can hard pass on the bar any day.
I don't know. The wings that we had before going to the leg lamp were pretty.
Mine were not good.
Really?
Yeah. They're fatty, and it's like fake chicken. It's not like... I like when I bite into a chicken and it like pulls apart like fucking chicken.
That's true.
And the bars are like
it does help with the
together.
chicken.
I don't like the bar. And their drinks are overpriced.
Yeah, but the leg lamp's good.
Yeah, their drinks are also overpriced.
That is also true. We went to the clubs this weekend. And we're both old as hell because we couldn't even stay out past 11:30. Well, or it was 11:45.
I wasn't even tired. There was just nobody was doing anything. Why would we stay?
I don't know how old that water was, but it wasn't the best. All right, I'm going to go ahead and give this chili cheese burrito a try. Try to see if it's still warm. Give it somewhat of a decent chance at me liking it. I can't imagine I wouldn't like it because I eat chili every day. Tizzler says, did you get the traditional or boneless, Lauren?
I got boneless because we were in a group and Holden's brother was finishing my wings for me because I couldn't finish because they only offer them in giant sizes. I'm a small person. I eat like 3 things.
Apparently, 10 wings is a lot.
Ugh. And
I can eat 30, but
and
whatever.
I prefer bone-in over boneless. But I wasn't gonna get boneless wings when we were about to go clubbing. Like
bone-in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just like boneless. It's just a convenience thing. I love the taste of bone-in wings.
Don't say it's a convenience thing. Just tell the world about how lazy you are.
That's the point of convenience. Having something be convenient is a definition of being lazy. If you were lazy, you wouldn't care if it's convenient.
No, because there are times in your life where you need something to be convenient.
Yeah, because you're too lazy to do it the hard way.
You need to stop being lazy.
I just don't want to work for my food. If I did, I would have made my own wings from home. It's just that simple. There's no reason to go out to eat just to have to do that much work to actually eat.
Not if you're going out because you genuinely like the food.
Oh, yeah, but you know how good it would be if you just made them yourself?
I know. I grew up with a dad who made us chicken wings at home.
See, my mom put popcorn chicken in the microwave. Some barbecue sauce on it. But that schmacked because it took like 2 minutes and like, bam, you had wings somewhat. And it's just easy. Boneless there is mid.
Yeah, it was very mid.
All these older people in the chat are going to be like, what
are you saying about the people in the chat?
Anybody over 30 is going to think people saying mid is stupid.
You look like a chicken.
Sugar says Quakers are originally English before the American colonies, but William Penn was one of the most famous ones. Besides Pennsylvania, there were also big Quaker groups.
I know my shit.
I'm so confused. Is that what Quaker steak? What?
Yes, the Quakers were a group of people, and when they say Quaker, that's what they're named after. I knew
who Quakers were. I didn't realize that Quaker steak was named after the Quakers. I thought it was named after the fucking motor oil or something.
I don't know what Quaker steak is. Like food?
A restaurant.
I've never been there.
He said Quaker steak wings. I mean, I think it's a restaurant. I'm 90% sure I've heard of someone to call it a restaurant.
But it's all over the place.
Eat real wing bones.
He says it's because of the motor oil.
Casey, when we were in college, bar had 10-cent wings and beer special. Ooh, I like that. Beer and wings. It can't go better than beer and wings. What's mid? Mid is when it's not quite good, but it's not quite bad. It's only okay. That's mid. Like some might say that Blanton's, it's mid.
The middle.
Yeah, it's the middle. It's so-so. It's eh. It's meh.
We just aren't, meh isn't good enough for us anymore. Apparently. We had to come up with a new word. To be fair, it wasn't our generation. It was people under us.
We just have to learn it because
we're just lazy. We can't even type out middle.
We're just in that, awkward. We're in that mid stage where we're not too old to not say these things, but we're too young to not learn them. So we have to say them because we're just, in the awkward age group.
Must suck to be us.
Once it's a little warmer, I'm doing wings on the grill. I like wings on the grill. Can I have my burrito back?
No.
Stop squishing it over there. Gosh, if you manhandle everything like that, I wouldn't be able to have kids. Stop tearing my burrito. I'm supposed to be reviewing this. It's called Quaker steak because of the motor oil. Are you being serious? Because I guessed that. If you're not being serious, I'm probably going to cry. Why are you laughing?
Because Rito's comments just oatmeal.
Why?
Quaker oatmeal.
Oh.
It's just funny.
They sold wings at a gas station. See, it is...
How did I know? I've never been there.
I know, but how did I call that out?
I don't know. Okay, I don't know.
All I'm saying is I must be pretty good at this. Casey, you and me both. But all right, let's just eat this burrito. Huh. All right.
Oh, I have chest pain.
There's Quaker steak in Milwaukee. Closed up though. I wonder why. Because of William Penn, Pennsylvania is known as the Quaker steak. And the Quaker steak is also a motor oil made in Pennsylvania. Then the restaurant was named Quaker Steak and Lube. Nice. Everyone needs some good lube.
Wait, I think I've heard of steak and lube.
Stacy's in the chat for Leaf Whiskey says, cheers, everyone. I've been to a come and go. I came and I go. I came and I went. I came and I gone. Loren yellowing. Haha.
I have jaundice.
Yep. Okay, so this chili cheese burrito.
Sugar Kitty, we're
That's
supposed
good.
to answer the question for holding, and you just completely bypassed over it.
What?
Hey, Pennsylvanian by birth, my ancestors go back to the 1730s. He was the answer. Do you want to ask you who in the chat lived in Pennsylvania?
Oh.
Oh.
Wait. I thought he lived in New Jersey.
I don't know.
Is that?
He's talked about it before.
Wait.
Lived in too many places, I can't keep up.
Me either, man. But that's cool though. It's super cool. So this is really good. I think it'd be better warm, but I have Willet pot still in this glass, and you guys know how everyone feels about Willet pot still, so I'm gonna give it a try because I haven't really tasted this in a long time. So let's go ahead and just get into it here. It smells like fruity on the nose, like fruity, like a funky fruit though, a funky cinnamony fruit. Want to smell?
No.
What? What's wrong?
I left the apricot fruity thingies, whatever I bought in the fridge at
Oh.
the house.
You should have told me to get them.
Mushy.
Well, you're gonna go there tomorrow, aren't you?
I don't know.
Yeah. See, Sugar says I live in New Jersey now, but I was born in PA. I think we knew that, and he's only 20 minutes from PA.
Yeah.
So PA is by New Jersey.
I already knew that.
I didn't.
I didn't. What do you know? What's my birthday? You shouldn't have to think about it.
I'm not thinking about your birthday. I'm thinking about the whiskey. You know, it's not like my favorite whiskey I've ever had, but why do people hate this so much? And maybe it's the chili cheese taco in my mouth that's confusing me, but this isn't actually that bad. Also, your birthday is December 28th.
That's wrong!
Anyway, it'd be super cool. Imagine being 20 minutes from like the border where you can just be in another state. Like
We're
imagine
like 45 minutes from Michigan.
That's different. That's a UP. It really should just be part
What
of
do you
Wisconsin.
think there is to do in Pennsylvania? It's the same shit as Wisconsin.
I'm just saying the UP is just Wisconsin, except it wasn't allowed to be in this Wisconsin gang, so they had to call it Michigan, even though it definitely belongs as Wisconsin. The UP should be part of Wisconsin, and that's facts. Facts. But imagine if you lived like on the southern border or near the southern border, you could just like hop over to Chicago one weekend, or hop up to Milwaukee a different weekend. Like life would be so wild.
Then why don't we move?
Because I don't want to live down there in a bunch of hoodlums.
You drive me crazy.
That's what I'm here for. I lived in Reading for a year. Didn't like it. Didn't like that I couldn't buy alcohol at a store, so I moved back to Ohio.
You can't buy alcohol in that town? That's rough.
Maybe he meant at a normal, like a grocery store.
Is that like a thing?
I don't know. I'm confused. I'm confused what he means by that. Please elaborate, Joe. Casey says Taylor's uncle hated the Willet pot still. He let it sit for 10 months, and he likes it a lot now. Well, I haven't had this in a very long time, so maybe it opened up. Or my palate just changed, but I don't remember ever disliking it, but I know a lot of people do. Like, it's a very hated whiskey, but there's just some weird cult following behind it because some people really hate it, and some people love it, and I don't know, it's crazy to me. I'm on the mid. I think it's mid.
Oh my gosh. I can't listen to you talk like this. If you say no cap, I'm going to throw you out.
It's mid, no cap for the boys. Ow.
You're done with that taco.
That was really rude.
I told you not to say it.
Can I have my tacos back, please?
Only if you promise not to say it again.
It says Loren with her hands, ha. Those things are weapons.
What things are weapons?
Your hands. Pennsylvania is state stores, an ABC type state. All those stores are run by the state of Pennsylvania. You have to buy beer at a beer store and hard liquor at a liquor store. It's crazy. Imagine not being able to go to a gas station, a restaurant, a grocery store, a liquor store, or the corner around the block just to get a bottle of whiskey. You know?
can just go to anywhere here. Gosh.
You can buy liquor. If you walk a mile in any direction, you're going to hit a liquor store in Wisconsin.
Okay, not even a mile.
I know. Well, it depends on, you got to
That's
adjust
true,
for
I
the
guess,
population.
yeah.
And then, like, you have a lot of country out here. But to be fair, we probably have one liquor store per person who lives in Wisconsin. We have a lot of liquor stores here. In Ohio, I get everything at my grocery store. That is really nice because the grocery stores, they have the capacity to get the really good stuff for a lot cheaper, and then they sell it cheaper without raising the prices, as long as it's a good grocery store. Increasing, what's IDL? IDL. Probably the online store, maybe. I'm not sure.
Indiana liquor.
Maybe
I don't know.
it's a distribution thing. I don't know. Thought you could buy a beer to go from the bar there. They would fill up my milk jugs for like $10. Yeah.
You can buy, if you buy like a drink in Wisconsin, you can take it in a to-go cup home in your car.
Yeah. And they have to-go windows for like beer and stuff. And they have growlers is what you're kind of referring to. You can bring your own growler and they'll just fill it up with beer off the tap.
But that I think is normal everywhere. I mean that they made it like a law not that long ago, like when I was in college. You can take home your drinks to go from like restaurants, whereas normally you couldn't do that.
That's awesome. I'm glad we live in Wisconsin.
We have problems. That's why we have drunk driving problems.
True. Sure, says it's changing now, but you can't buy beer at the state store either. It depends on how much you want. You can either go to a bar if you want a 6-pack or a beer distributor if it's case minimum. That's I don't know. I don't know if I like that. I don't know.
Oh, but he says that in Ohio you can buy mixed drinks to go now. Yeah, so I don't know if it's just like an increasing thing, but Wisconsin changed it years ago. I was in college. Because we used to bring margaritas home from the Mexican restaurant. But before we could do that, okay, one of my friends ordered a margarita, but we were all finished and she didn't realize, so we waited for it to come and we just asked for another to-go container and we poured it in there and then we just stuck a straw in it and drank it on the way home. And then our waiter, so at the time we didn't know that our waiter was our professor's son, okay? And then he comes over and he goes, you guys could have just asked me for a cup, right? And then we were telling our professor the story because our professor was like, he's one of those guys who was like, you think like addiction, like sugar is a drug, alcohol is all, like, you know what I mean? So even though he totally smoked pot, we could all tell. Anyway, and so we told him the story just to mess with him, and he goes, my son works there. And we're like, who's your son? And he was telling us, and we're like that wasn't our waiter. And then we went there the next time, we were like, you didn't tell us you were our professor's son, and now he knows. Yeah.
Tater Dom's in chat says, oh wow, interesting. Cheers, Tater Dom.
You were going to call him Tater Tot.
Why would he be Tater Tot? It's clearly Tater Dom. It's like if Dominic Toretto liked Blanton's.
Is it a dominant tater man? He's like dominant.
True, a dominatrix. Maybe he has kinky sex with Blanton's bottles. That would make him a Tater Dom, wouldn't it? Ties it up and like in the corner of the room.
I would be offended by you saying that about him. I mean, these are little holes. I mean, how do you put it in there?
Anyway, in New Jersey, no alcohol in grocery stores, no gas stations, only liquor stores. Yikes. So when did they bring hell to earth?
I told you that's how it was out there.
Ouch. I can't even stand when stores have the liquor behind the shelf. Imagine not being able to get it from the grocery store.
Imagine like you're in a rush
When I
like,
mean
right
shelf,
before
I
a
mean
party
counter.
and you need to go buy some beer, but you also need some buns for the hamburgers.
And you have to go to two stores. Oh my goodness. That would suck. That really would. Casey says, like at the bar, you can get to-go drinks. At a bar, yeah. Tay's in the chat says, cheers everyone. It's been a while. Cheers, Tay. Thanks for being here. Haven't seen you in a while, but we're glad you're here. PA in the past couple of years is just starting to let grocery stores have a liquor license. Well, about time. Gosh, I gotta get a move on with that thing.
This is why me and Holden are still in Wisconsin.
That's true. I don't think we're ever gonna move. I mean, when I say I don't think, I mean we have zero plans to ever move. In fact, we already have our entire life planned out, and it means it's gonna be here. If we ever moved, we'd be living in Kentucky. Just kidding.
No.
Just kidding. Lauren would never. But we could live in Louisiana, in
I don't want to live
New
in
Orleans,
the South.
in the city.
Okay. I don't want to live in the South.
If we had to live in a different state besides Wisconsin, where it would be?
Colorado.
I don't want to live in the South.
That's not the... I'm going to smack you again. You're not going to be able to eat that.
Where's Colorado? No, go ahead. Tell the people where Colorado
Colorado's
is.
in the West.
Okay, if this is America, and here's Wisconsin, and here's Colorado, is that not south of us? Is that
Well,
not?
then, and by that law, then every single state that's up at the top row is the South.
If
Do you not know your regions of the United States? I'm going to call my high school geography teacher and my high school principal, and we're going to talk about how crappy your education was.
Listen, if New Mexico is in the south, and Texas is in the south.
I don't think people consider it's south, yes, but I don't think they can. That's not the South.
Is Texas the south? Is Texas the south? Because if you draw a line from the top of Texas and you go over,
who's not going to eat this taco?
I'm just saying. Guys, put it in the chat. Is Colorado in the south?
Someone needs to please tell Holden the regions of the United States.
I know the region.
No, you don't! I'm going to Google the map regions for you.
Can I please have my
and
freaking
then we're all
burrito back?
No.
Anyway, Bino says that's just wrong. The bar is also a restaurant. They can sell it to go. That's crazy. I know Wisconsin did during COVID, but I think that's over with now. Did what?
No, it's definitely still a thing. They would never. If they made the rule, it wasn't going to come off that easy.
How did you two make it to New Orleans? Well, we flew. No, we like New Orleans a lot. Like, a lot. We love vacationing. When we go vacation down south,
Colorado's right there in the west.
Every time we'll vacate. Like, I mean, you can't really go anywhere except for south when you're on vacation. You know what?
West.
That map is bullshit. Anyway.
We are in the Midwest, and that is the Northeast. This is the South. Do you understand?
Maryland is in the south?
That is what it is considered.
Okay. Anyway, I'm just saying, sorry. New Orleans was great. We can spend time in other places. We just don't want to be there forever. Imagine living in New Orleans. That would be a lot. It's even just Louisiana in general. I mean, it was so gross there. Like the highway, it was more like an active war zone because you have to dodge literally everything. If you're not paying attention to the road, you're not going to hit a deer. You're going to hit someone's fucking 2x4 that they left fall out of their truck.
Honey,
can you have a taco, please?
Are you going to stop thinking that I'm wrong when we both know that I'm right?
Yes. Anyway, what were you going to say? You said honey, and then you were going to say something.
I said I want you to finish the comments because they're all talking about a topic topics ago.
Oh, sorry. Texas is in the south. Get a map holder. Oh, hey. You know what? I know my things somewhat.
Wait, hold on. Whatever. It was either Hanging Easy or Sugar Kitty commented in Holden's last video. Holden had asked me the answer to it, and then when I told him to make sure that he put in the comments that Loren answered his question, he didn't. He just acted like he knew. I'm sorry, but you need to just admit that you don't know sometimes.
Anyway, Joe Dickinson says Colorado's in the west. Sherry says, you like this one too? In New Jersey, the number of liquor stores is limited by population. Only one liquor store per 7,500 people. Only one bar per 3,000 people.
Wow, and there's
What
a
in the
bar
Sam hell?
every corner there's a bar in Wisconsin.
Like I said, I think that New Jersey is a communist country.
Holden, you can't say that on the internet.
I was just kidding. Sorry, Biden.
No, it doesn't have to do with Biden. My gosh.
Well,
You don't need to go, I don't know. Take some shots of something so you get your goofy out of you.
the goofy don't go away. I've tried. Midwest. Colorado sure is not even close to the South. I thought Colorado was considered. You just wanted me to read these because you're all calling you right. You know what? Get out of my face. It's still south of Wisconsin, and that's what south means when you live in Wisconsin.
That is not.
It's the same way as in.
Hold it. When we go on vacations to Colorado, we don't tell people, oh yeah, we're going to the south. No, we say we're going west.
The bars during COVID up here provided to-go drinks with orders and stuff. I did not think that they would do it anymore. At least I have not seen that in a long time.
You still can, I'm pretty sure, but just not as many people order to go anymore.
They probably just drink it there. Why they're not ordering it to
while
go?
they're waiting, yeah.
Yeah. It's not like you can drink it on the road. So, yes, Maryland is south. History lesson right up on the Mason-Dixon line. I do know what the Mason-Dixon line is. I don't know where it is, but I distinctly remember learning about it when I was in school. Just like everything else, I distinctly remember everything that you guys talk about. It's just that I only recognize the name and I have no recollection to any of the information about it. And that is where a public school education failed me.
Mine didn't fail me.
Yeah, you probably cared about school. You're probably like, oh my god, I got a B.
No, I just got A's naturally. I didn't need to fucking care about the B's, so there was
See,
none.
But I got A's naturally, but I also didn't study, didn't try,
I didn't
do
study
my
either.
homework, and didn't pay attention.
I had a teacher one time pull me off to the side and say, Loren, you haven't done any of your homework, but you have 100% on all your tests. So I'm just going to say you don't need to do your homework, but don't tell the other students.
That's literally what my math teacher did to me.
Yes. But you're trying to say that I was a little prissy bitch who had to freaking study and was a teacher's pet. I was just smart.
You were a teacher's pet. You told me.
I was a teacher's pet in college. Holden's going to get some special present tonight, guys.
I would say that sadly Wisconsin is losing its neighborhood taverns. Yeah, nobody really wants to go to the ran down trashy ones anymore, which those are some of the greatest ones out there. But if they can't get business, they can't stay open, and then the less business they get, the more trashy they become. The more trashy they become, the less business they get, and it's a vicious cycle. But you know,
Are you gonna eat this?
Yeah, you told me to read the comments. Blah, blah, blah.
Just skip ahead to this one. Give me the.
Hold on. I have 5 left. Virginia is a line, but Maryland is close. Okay, Lauren's always right. Wow. Maryland was a border state. Okay. But Maryland is south of the Mason-Dixon line. Interesting. Yes, we know Lauren's always right. She has informed us of this. Well, you know what?
Just say it.
You just have to. Sometimes
just say it.
When you're going to be married, you just have to
say it.
Lie.
Say it. You want to lie? You want to see where your taco ends up?
This is the thinnest Crunchwrap Supreme I've ever seen in my life.
Fold it in half.
It ain't even thick. With 1 or 2 C's. It's time to be real, guys. So you guys are going to be in my Be Real.
I'm not going to be real because I'm going to have to be real about how Holden's mean. Thinks I'm stupid.
Well, I don't think that.
I think that you want to admit it. You said you were going to lie and tell everyone that I was smart, but really I'm not.
Here it is. I got to get the burritos and the whiskey. So we got this. Nice. That is us being real, everybody.
If that's an ugly picture of me, I'm going to kick your ass.
It wasn't ugly, but you looked really angry.
Let me see it.
I already clicked away. That's my life, everybody. Why did you hit me?
I told you if it was ugly, I was gonna kick your ass.
Can I have my freaking taco back?
You don't get your taco.
People are gonna hate us. Casey, if I could eat the dinner, I would say it's great, but whatever.
You ate two
Vino
tacos.
was telling you to be nice.
No.
You know what, guys? I have Rebel cast strength poured in the glass here. And it also smells more fruity than I remember. And a bit nutty as well. This is a wheated bourbon coming in at 60% alcohol, 120 proof. And it is aged. It was filled in 2016 and I bought it in 2022. So it's about 6 years old.
You bought it in 2022?
Last year.
You bought this when you were living at your other apartment, though. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure it was earlier.
I think it was the beginning of last year. Oh, maybe it was 2021. It might have been the end of 2021. Ooh, I like that. Tastes like.
Did you try my wine?
That tastes like pecan pie.
My toes are cold.
That's real sweet coming off of this.
But it kind of tastes like the kitchen.
I don't know.
It tastes stale.
This is really viscous and like creamy and good. Brown sugary, pie crusty, pecan pie. Very good. You should try that one. That one's really, really good. Joe Dickinson says, great pick. And I'm being told to run by Bino.
You know what, Bino? I know where you live. Maybe you should run.
Casey's asking, is a Rebel good? I've seen a Rebel 10-year and passed up on it because I didn't know much about it. Yes, the Rebel is very good. I didn't love it at first, but after it opened up, it actually
more than didn't love it at first.
I didn't like it at all. I mean, I liked it. It was okay, but like it was just harsh.
It was probably his least favorite at the time.
Oh, absolutely, it was my least favorite that I had bought. But it took like 2 months or 2 or 3 months.
It was like a long time.
Like I tried opening it a few times, nothing was happening. I had it on. Yeah, I put it on the shelf for a while. I didn't touch it for a while, and then I pulled it back off for a blind, and it did really good. And I'm like, well, shit. Apparently, I like this now. Can I have my taco back, please? I just want to finish eating.
I just want you to admit to the world that I'm smart and that you're not lying.
I never said that you weren't smart.
I said admit that I was smart, and then you said sometimes you just have to lie.
Joe Dickinson says, I think I'll have some Rebel casks too. Yeah. I think this is definitely, I mean, especially for the price, it was like $50 or $60-ish. Really, really good. Also, I had the Ezra cast strength, the Ezra Brooks cast strength. That one is really good. I actually liked that one better than this one. But it's been a while, so I'd like to compare them side by side one of these days. And
you're not going to drink that one today?
The Ezra? I mean, I could, but I have to get into this yet, and I was excited for this. I guess you could go pull down the Ezra for me if you wanted to.
You're squishing my leg.
It's on the farm.
If I get up only because you want to grab your taco?
That's not... If you didn't say anything, I would not have even thought about it.
You would have. You like to think that I'm crazy.
Sugar Kitty says, go for the cast strength when you buy the Rebel. Yeah, I agree with Sugar Kitty. You definitely should go for the cast strength when you buy the Rebel, not the 10-year. I mean, I don't know much about the 10-year, but I know that the cast strength is good, so you're going to probably want to stick with that. And I think part of the best part about this cast strength is that it is the mouthfeel. It's rich and viscous. And it has all the body that you would want when you're drinking whiskey. So, this is a perfect whiskey for the conversation since they have to change their controversial name. Wait, Rebel does?
No, wasn't it used to be Rebel Yell, right?
Well, yeah, it was Rebel Yell, and now it's only Rebel.
Yeah, isn't it?
I think you're right. I think that's what it was. Joe can clarify, though, because it sounds like he knows more about it than I do.
I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And I'm pretty sure you've told me the story before.
I'm sure I knew it back then, but it's just been a while since I actually knew it. And I'd love to retouch on it with the people. So we got the Ezra over here.
So where's Hanging AZ today? Because we need to find out if he got his package.
Oh yeah, where is that son of a gun? Also, Lauren's parents, Robin and Derek. Cheers to you guys. They got a wheated bourbon from a wheated single barrel from Driftless Glen. So as long as they let me have a sample of it, I should be able to have it on here and do some tasting notes with you guys. So that's what I give away.
On here?
Huh?
Is Stacy still on here?
Probably. I don't know. We'll have to see if she answers. They changed it back in 2020. Went away from the Rebel Yell. Yeah, I don't know. Something about the Rebel Yell.
Do you want me to Google it?
Yeah, Google it and we can do a little read up on it.
Why was Rebel?
Because Rebel Yell was one of the. I had Rebel Yell 100, I think. Or maybe not. Maybe it was just the normal Rebel Yell.
Okay,
it was in the antique flight, or it was in the poor man's antique flight that I got from the bourbon room when it was my first time being able to like tell a difference. And I remember it being really good, and I actually liked it a lot. And Derek says just tried it tonight. Well, that is also a wheated bourbon, which is what this Rebel is a wheated bourbon. So it should be on the same wavelength of what we're doing. And now I have the Ezra Brooks cast strength, same proof-ish, same age, picked by the same store. Both of them are Festival Foods. And we're going to go ahead and pour it into this Glen, and we can do a little side-by-side.
This thing just says that it's because they wanted to capitalize on the name.
Really? I thought it was something more controversial. Like, I thought it was like they had to change it for something. Tricky says Hayden was around early in the day on Scotch Down Under. He got the package and just loved it. He said he doesn't have the time to drink everything he has.
It says to prevent further confusion. But of what?
What's confusing about Rebel Yell?
Relax. I'm still trying to find it out.
Well, Sugar Kitty, thanks for letting us know. That's awesome. I'm glad you liked it. Bino says, good show, guys. Thanks, Bino. Thanks for watching, as always. We appreciate you for being here.
See, this person says, not going to lie, the name was off-putting and they should have changed it years ago. Why was it?
Type in, what does Rebel Yell mean?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yes. So.
Did you type in, what does Rebel Yell mean? Or did you type in, why isn't it called Rebel Yell?
Look it. I typed in, why was the name changed?
Look up, what does Rebel Yell mean?
I can't because Rebel Yell's also a race car driver.
Really? Whatever. Went away from Rebel Yell because of the Civil War connotations. Because of Civil War connotations, didn't have to, just didn't want the baggage. Okay, interesting. So it had to do with the Civil War. Probably the same reason that you can't have a Confederate flag. The Rebel Yell was a Southern war cry.
Mascot name stays, Rebel Yell will change. So it's, yeah. There was a high school and their mascot was Rebel Yell. And they had to change it.
Ooh.
I thought you could own a Confederate flag.
Well, you can.
It's just
people just hates you.
Good. Communist.
Ooh. I don't know. This Ezra Brooks smacks. And you know, the Rebel flag thing, I think, was more about the fact that they canceled Dukes of Hazzard just because they had a Rebel flag on their car.
Really?
Or a Confederate flag, I mean. Yeah.
I've never seen Dukes of Hazzard.
That show is freaking literally amazing.
Okay.
And they canceled it because they're...
Wait, is Dukes of Hazzard an old show, though, right?
Yeah.
And then there's the movie. That's new.
Yeah.
But then why'd they make the movie if they had to cancel the show?
The movie's still like 15 years old. Like early 2000s.
Well, how old is the show? I thought it was like old, like our parents' age.
Yeah.
Oh.
But it was good. I watched it as a kid growing up.
See, my parents didn't have us watch that.
I literally had the Dixie horn.
The Love Boat, and I watched Gilligan's Island, and I watched The Brady Bunch, and I watched Chips, and I watched another one, the Batman and Wonder Woman shows, And I also watched another one that I'm forgetting what it is. It was on around the same time as The Love Boat.
Okay. Do you know the sound? Do you know what that is?
Yeah, I've heard
That's the
other
Dixie
cars have
horn.
it.
It's from Dukes of Hazzard. I had one on my Jeep Wrangler, so whenever I'd be driving down the road and I'd see someone I know, I'd be like, I could flip it on. And I had it on a really cheap.
So you had it?
Yeah.
Well, now I freaking know.
I had it on a really cheap switch, and one time I bumped it with my knee, and it broke off. Like the switch broke in half, so I couldn't shut it off. And the way it worked, it just played on a loop. So the switch was flipped on, and it was on a loop. This repeatedly, and it wouldn't shut off. And I was parked in the school parking lot, like after school, and there was a science fair at the elementary school. So a bunch of parents and like their kids, like the place was packed, and everyone just staring at me. It was absolutely mortifying. And then like I freaking tore the switch out. I reached under the thing, grabbed the fuses, and tore the fuses out of the fuse box. It was like a very hectic moment for me,
it
but
was for a good reason.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Interesting info, guys. Holden, do you have?
I feel like Casey's
one of your first bottles
just here to try to make us only talk about bourbon.
Keeping on soundtrack.
Look at Casey. If you were here at the start, I'm just kidding.
Hey,
wow,
no.
I'm pretty snappy today.
Damn. Casey,
I think Holden likes it, so.
This bottle I bought when I turned 21. Within a month of me turning 21, I bought this exact bottle, and it's not the same kind of whiskey. I mean this exact bottle, and it has been about this empty for the last
since I've known
year.
You.
Well, yeah, I literally drank it down to here, and then once I got into bourbon and I started this YouTube channel, I'm like, I'm gonna save this so I can make a video about it. And then eventually I started doing things. I'm like, I don't need to make a video about this because it's just Jefferson's Reserve. And then I'm like, well, I'm going to save it and put it in a infinity blend because I want to have all of my whiskeys in an infinity blend. And then I haven't done that yet. So I've just been sitting here for like the last 2 years with this much whiskey in this bottle. And yeah, so I'm going to open this up after I do these side-by-side comparisons. And I'm going to see how much has changed, what I think about it, because I've never had it out of a Glencairn. I didn't do this whole thing back when I drank that whiskey, so I really don't have an idea what that whiskey actually tastes like. So it should be really interesting. HR Puffin stuff.
Am I supposed to know what that means? Is that from Dukes of Hazzard?
I don't know. All I know is Roscoe P. Coltrane. Your horn played Dixieland. Bad look. What's so bad about that?
Shouting that you're racist.
Does Rebel Yell from Billy Idol have to come off my 80s playlist? Well, I don't know. But what I do know, and I think I like this Rebel, this Ezra better.
And it was me, the family, and the social worker, and the kids said something from their bedroom, and every single one of us, except for the dad, said the exact same thing in the exact same tone at the exact same time. And then the dad looks at us and he's like, what the heck just happened? It was
glitch
really
in the
funny.
system. The matrix is broken.
It was really funny.
So I think the Rebel is sweeter. I think the Ezra has some more age notes. They got like leather tobacco, and they're the same age. They're only like 6 years. But the Ezra has a lot more of like this dark, like this tobacco-y, leathery notes to it that I really enjoy, which I don't get on a lot of whiskeys unless they're usually older. So I actually like the Rebel better in this scenario. But we're going to be moving on to the Jefferson's Reserve pretty soon here. Sure, you said that was a kid's show in the early 70s. It was the time frame of Love Boat.
Well, it definitely wasn't on before the Love Boat. It was on in the morning. Because me and my brother would watch the Love Boat before school. No, wait. We watched it during summer break. But it was on right before the Love Boat.
Huff and Puff and stuff?
No, I told you it wasn't Huff and Puff and stuff.
No, I know, but he said.
I know,
Oh.
but it wasn't that one, and I can't think of what it was. So that one must not have been very good, but I did like the Love Boat.
Azure Cask is more like Jack Daniels.
Are they
Okay.
Who are they made by?
Lux
The
Row.
same people.
What?
There's this one.
Oh yeah, Lux Row. These are the. That's why I bought them at the same time. They have the same label, like down there, and stuff. They're both sourced from Lux Row. Actually, they are Lux Row. I think something like that. Sounds actually like Love American Style.
That was his joke.
Yeah. We're sorry, Sugar Kitty. Yet again, we are young and dumb.
Well, I'm just young.
She loves me. And she says that shit.
I never said I loved you for your brains. I'm just kidding.
Well, guys, I'm not rich, so you know when I get fat, I'm gonna be single.
That was mean. I like them chubby.
My conversation is way too wild. They're made by Heaven Hill.
Who
Are
are
they
you talking
distilled by
about?
Heaven Hill?
Ezra Cask? Them?
I thought they were sourced from, like...
Hold on, it was on here when I was Googling.
You know what? I think they do.
Wait, hold on.
You're right. I think
my thing says it's from the Bean family.
I know, but I'm pretty sure Lux Row switched who they sourced from, like, not very long ago. Maybe. I don't know. I recall something about that. But I think Joe Dickinson's right, because these are, like I said, I bought in 2021, so that was a while ago.
One of the questions on here is what bourbon was John Wick drinking? And it's Blanton.
I know it was. And a bunch of memes with him drinking Blantons.
What was Damon's favorite bourbon? Brothers Bond.
Brothers Bond for the win.
Who is Damon's half-brother? James Salvatore. Who the fuck is that?
Who the hell is James Salvatore?
Who was Damon's doppelganger?
Oh, James was the one who carried on the line because his dad had a bastard with one of the slaves.
Does Elena get pregnant? What does this have to do with Rebel Cash?
No, as soon as you click on one of the things, it changes all of the ones under it.
It didn't.
I don't know. But I think it's about time that we get into the Jefferson's Reserve because that's what we're really here for. And that's probably the one I'm most excited about.
Elijah and Elena have kids. I mean, do they not watch the show?
No, clearly not. It's people like you. It's people like you who can't watch till the end.
I wasn't Googling was not going to be, does Elijah and Elena have kids?
Why not? They'd make good-looking babies.
I know who'd make good-looking babies.
Okay. Out of the bottle, this smells super sweet. There's probably like a dram in here, but I'm going to save it for another day before I kill it. Sugar Kitty has our answers here. It says Lux Row sources from Heaven Hill, but Lux Co. and MGP merged to make Ross and Squibb. That's what happened. And they're building another big distillery, but no one is sure if the Heaven Hill contract is still active. Interesting.
Are you going to ask your question?
Random question at home. Well, yeah, shoot, Casey. Go ahead.
Oh,
unless you meant that I was asking.
Do you still have the Birding Chair whiskey? I think that's what it's called.
I do. Well, yeah, I have.
He has a store pick.
A store pick of the Burning Chair, which is.
Do you need help?
Wait, where the hell did it? Wait.
If I walk over there and find it.
Hold on. Maybe Casey stole it. That's why he's asking. What if that happened? Wouldn't that be wild?
Oh, had too much to drink.
Whoa.
It's literally right there.
Anyway.
Guys, it was in the front row.
Aye.
Holden was real quick to blame Casey for stealing things, guys.
Well, the way he said it, like, hey, you still have that Burning Chair? As if I wouldn't have it. Like, why wouldn't I have it? I have never finished a bottle of whiskey since I started my collection. That's a lie. I finished a couple Wild Turkeys. And an Elijah Craig. So that was a lie. But a lot of like the interesting
Have you
ones I try to
done
keep.
a side by side of this one and the one my dad has?
No, I haven't actually.
I remember I poured this one for a something, and I didn't realize how heavy this cork was gonna be, and I dropped it. And then you yelled.
Oh my goodness. Does this not smell like an absolute fruit medley?
No,
Like
it doesn't.
What?
I don't know. It's almost too weak that I only smell the alcohol.
Yeah. So this is 45% alcohol. So that's 90. It's 45.1, which makes it 90.2.
You know how
proof.
I like my whiskey.
So this one has been opened, and it has been this low in the bottle for probably 2 years.
Are you gonna finish that?
Yeah. I don't want to just be eating and then have all the people be wondering what the heck I'm doing.
It's just looking at me, and I want to.
It doesn't smell as potent as it used to be, but it also it's hard to remember because I didn't really drink this. I'm actually, for one of my next videos, I'm gonna go buy a bottle of. Bear with me here. Bullet. I'm gonna buy a bottle of Bullet, and it's gonna be like, drinking my teeth cutting whiskey 2 years later. Because I haven't had it. I haven't had Bullet in years. So it's kind of like this one. It's interesting to see what it's going to be like going back to it. But this actually smells like light fruit. I want to say like it's gotten like an apple-y aspect in it, like a pear maybe.
Right?
Yeah, like a light fruit. It's either pear or apple.
My wine is Riesling grapes. Oh, it doesn't tell you what's actually in it. I don't know, but
okay.
It says it's an aperitif. What was that again?
An aperitif is a before dinner stronger like drink. It's like an aperitif, like an appetizer.
I don't know, but this one won an award.
Okay, so this is like a lot more like caramely chocolatey than I remember it being. It definitely is probably from sitting in the bottle for a long time, but actually not bad. I'm pretty sure these guys source from MGP. Probably is where I'm getting that like light fruitiness from. This is actually, it's actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, they don't make bad stuff. Obviously they're a pretty big brand. They're just a little bit shady. It's all.
Who's shady? Why are they shady?
Jefferson's, because they use a bunch of like clickbaity words to try to get people to buy their shit, and it's not.
Like
they're not transparent at all. Basically, is how that works. They don't have like these guys. It says it was. Barrel was filled on 9/30/2016. It's 120 proof. It's barrel number 7503425. Distilled and aged in Kentucky. Like it has all the information right there on the label. That you would never know, except on the label. I think it might say distilled in Indiana.
But why don't they tell you?
No, so it doesn't even say distilled in Indiana. It just says bottled for McLean and Kine, Louisville, Kentucky. It doesn't even say where it's distilled. Because that's their whole point was that they were going to try to sell it to people who don't know much about whiskey, like me.
I understand.
But Sugar says burning cherries finished in wine barrels. Yeah, so mine is actually a blend in 3 different wine barrels at cast strength. It was a store pick and it was very good. I just smashed your thumbs.
Yeah, he just smashed your thumb.
Just smash your like it on them sloppy seconds, people. Yes, guys, please do that. And thank you, Mark from Northwest Bourbon.
How do you know if that's Mark? What if there's another person?
There's not.
Oh, I thought he had multiple people.
No. Anyway, thank you for saying that. And yes, guys, please hit the thumbs up. I have a pick of very old Jefferson's Delicious. It's made by Kentucky Artisan Distillery. There's a lot of like specialty Jeffersons at the Bourbon Room that I wanted to try, but they're all like those super expensive stuff. And I'm never gonna dish out that kind of money on something as shady as Jefferson's. Sugar says Jefferson's Distillery is in Lebanon, Kentucky. I think it's not. It is not sourced. What? Is it really not? Are you sure? Why don't they say that they distill it then on the bottle?
Because Holden, they're trying to keep secrets. They don't
I
want
don't
the
know.
government finding out.
They're shady. I really thought they sourced, but I guess not. I mean, it's good though. I can't say that it's not good. Yeah, it's just an interesting one. A lot of like that light fruitiness. caramel chocolatey. It's kind of like a fudge vibe, like a hot fudge vibe.
Oh, that sounds yummy. I know what we should do.
You should have a sip of that. Speaking of, you had a sip of the Rebel. What did you think of that? Did you get like the kind of like pecan pie?
No, I don't know.
Try that one. I swear there's a hot fudge on the palate, at the back end of the palate. Like it leaves this like fudgy taste in your mouth. I don't know if that's like the old game
That is
doing it.
not how I take my halibut.
Okay. What are we gonna do? We're gonna get ice cream after this?
I was thinking we could go and get halibut.
Okay. Jordan Dickinson says they source and produce. Okay. So they do both. Okay. We don't need to talk about that here. But the real question is, does it pair well with...
There's like no meat on their taco.
Well, I told you because it's all spread out. It's all over here is all the meat. And then this is just... See? How well does it go with the Crunchwrap Supreme from Taco Bell?
But you just got just lettuce and tortilla.
There's some cheese in there. Okay.
Watching an animal eat.
Mm-hmm. So, another good bite. Definitely has a flavor. I'm getting a lot of cheese on this. I really like the crunch aspect, even though it's kind of soggy for sitting here for an hour and 15 minutes because Loren wouldn't just like leave it here for me to eat. But you know how it is.
I have to make you work at some point. Otherwise, it's too easy to be with me.
Joe Dickinson says, how cold is that food? Well, I can tell you what, it's not warm. I mean...
Would you like me to put it in the microwave?
Yeah, that's so sweet of you. You didn't think I was going to say yes, did you?
I didn't think you were going to call me sweet.
Thank you. Oh, look at her. See, guys, this is why you get yourself a wife.
You're starting to sound like your dad.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the Jeffersons.
On the floor. I know there's
You're going to be really loud next to the microphone like that.
Oh no! It's everywhere.
She doesn't realize that when she's closer to the microphone, it's going to be louder. So I'm sorry if that hurts your guys' ears. Anyway, this Jefferson smacked. I'm not going to drink all the whiskeys that I haven't drank in a while because I'm going to do this a couple times because there's a lot of whiskeys I have on the shelf that I actually just haven't gotten a chance to sit down and drink and enjoy. And this being one of them. And like I said, I really want to get a bottle of Bullet. And they're not very expensive. So I'm going to get a bottle of Bullet next and work my way through that. And I think I'm going to focus on doing some cheaper whiskeys because I've done a lot of the, the big stuff or whatever. And it's all fun and games. But doing some of the cheaper stuff is nice. God bless you. And it'll allow me to like kind of expand my palate on the lower side of things. Stuff that's not 130 proof or 125 proof, Thank you. Ooh, it's warm. Some might even say it's hot. What do you think is going to
happen in the microwave?
I don't know. But we still have this mystery Glen over here. Just eyeing us up with a thick Loren pour in here.
So you want to know something funny?
Oh my gosh, it smells so sweet. Like maple syrupy, oaky, freaking goodness. What's funny?
Not being interrupted. What's really funny is that, you know what? This live stream is going to end pretty soon, and I'm going to stuff that taco up your taco.
But I don't have a taco. Anyway, what's funny?
I took that liquor class, and then they would tell you about how you shouldn't overpour and blah, 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 right?
She got her bartending license.
And then the guy who owns the brewery was telling me about how we shouldn't overpour because then we waste a bunch of product, right? We could just, yeah. Then he goes on to tell me, and we don't need to overpour anyway because everything that people order comes in 2 ounces. Whereas normally you only do 1 ounce or 1.5.
Oh, yeah.
So,
well, like a normal pour.
How much is this, do you think?
Probably 1.5 ounces.
Okay, so that's not even how much I pour at work, and I'm doing it right, and this is so much.
Normally, if you got a pour from like a bar, it would be like 2 ounces.
No,
but you can get a half.
Everything, it's 2 ounces, whereas like normally, like you don't put 2 ounces of liquor in everything.
Oh yeah, but like a neat pour of whiskey is generally 2 ounces if you go to a bar and it's not like called out.
Not technically. That's not how it's supposed to be.
I know.
I'm telling you,
I'm
that's
not
what I
talking
learned in
about
my
technically.
class.
I'm just saying, like, usually.
I know, but that makes my Loren pores not seem so much. That just seems like a normal pore. You make fun of me.
This literally smells so good. This is like bodied and rich, like maple syrup, like oaky maple syrup and booze.
Are you gonna eat that? I heated it up for you.
I really like what's in that blend.
I really like what's in.
Yeah, it's really hot though, so now I can't hold it.
My gosh, you have a packet. Just put it underneath.
It's too big.
It's too big. What if I said that to you?
That's what she said. What do you mean, what if?
Well, I'd be lying, wouldn't I? How does it feel?
This is really hot.
Is it yummy though? Oh, yeah.
This is what the people come on here for. It's for me to eat Taco Bell.
I was thought you were gonna end your sentence.
What do you mean? Oh. Casey says Bullet Bourbon is solid for a mixer, in my opinion. It really do be. And like a go-to for just like a lot of bars have it, so there's that. Joe Dickinson says a bar pour is 1.25 ounces at most here.
See, I told you. But we pour 2, which makes my Loren pours seem like nothing.
I guess a 2-ouncer would be a double.
That's what I thought, and you're acting like I'm psycho crazy.
But most people don't do singles. Most people, when they get a pour of something, they go, I'll do a double.
Okay, but even in like a drink and stuff like that, you don't pour double. You do 1 unless they ask for it.
Oh, yeah, in a mixed drink.
I'm talking about that.
Oh, they do 2-ounce pours in their mixed drinks.
Well, and if you just order like a glass of whiskey, you get a 2-ounce pour.
Well, yeah, that's normal, but...
He just got done saying that that's not normal.
Well, yeah, where he's
I'm sorry, but I trust him more than you.
And we're going to get married. It's much more floppy now that you heated it up.
Well, one could also say that about you. I'm sorry, I just have to have...
The opposite happens.
I just have jokies for you.
Okay. So, this mystery Glenn. Let's go ahead and do some questions about it, shall we?
I thought you were talking about the taco still.
Questions about the taco.
I was like, what do you have questions about?
So, I need this back because, well, look at me.
Someone said it. I'm sorry. You're just setting me up for a mall.
What is this? I'm getting emotionally abused on live stream tonight.
No.
I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, so, okay, let's get some questions on this. Do you have the question sheet? In the pile over there? Is it over there?
I don't think
so. Well, we do kind of know the questions.
Your first
It should be under there. Maybe if you looked.
I shouldn't have to look. You should be home and setting up your live stream for yourself.
Okay, then the house wouldn't be done and we wouldn't be able to move in this week.
I work too.
Anyway. Okay, so we're gonna go through the questions here, and then I'm gonna do a little cheeky bottle guess on this. So what's the first question?
Bourbon or rye?
Bourbon or rye? This is gonna be a bourbon.
Date of distillation.
Ooh, that's a good one. I feel like this could be Indiana. Proof isn't too much. I'd say 95. 95.
Age,
I'm going to go with... I'm going to go with 7 years on the age.
mash bill,
I'm going to go corn, rye, barley. Might even be a high rye. Finish, actually. Finish could also be a double oaking. And it does have much like a syrupy thing going on, I think, in here. But I don't know if I'm going to say that. We'll say no, it's not finished. Price will go around $50. Distillery. I know I said Indiana for state, but I think distillery could actually be Bardstown. This could be the high rye. I don't really know though. We're gonna go with Bardstown for distillery, and then my bottle guess is going to be. My bottle guess is going to be Bardstown origin high rye.
What's that?
It's on the floor over there. Well, apparently it's not that. Joe says I got a pour Kentucky Owl last weekend. Don't even want to know what they would have charged me for a 2-ounce pour. Oof. What Kentucky Owl did you get? I have yet to have.
Wait, was I supposed
Kentucky
to get
Owl.
it?
Yep. Are you serious?
No.
No, you're not? You are.
Ask the people if I'm serious. They like it when you fail and we laugh.
Well, it was definitely high rye. So there's that.
I mean, because it is a rye? Why
Yes,
do you
I
think
mean,
Sugar
because
Cookie
it's
said
a
rye not?
I know, but I forgot about that.
Use your resources.
I know, but I forgot. Takumi. How was that? Takumi is a Kentucky Owl blended. And with like a. I can't remember if it's blended with Japanese whiskey or if it's finished in a Japanese whiskey barrel.
Have we had Japanese whiskey?
We have not.
Why not?
But I've heard it's like Scotch because it's expensive usually. There's not very many options in America, or at least around here that I've seen. So
We're going to a Japanese restaurant.
they might, but all right. So apparently the correct answer was Sazerac rye. Can't believe I said that I liked this. I mean, I did not like this.
You do like that.
But it's just, yeah, I guess it's sweet. It does have, yeah, it's got the light fruitiness in it that, you know, it does taste like a high rye because it is a rye. What is the mash bill on this actually, though? Anyone know what the mash bill of this is?
It tastes like Christmas.
It tastes like Christmas in a glass?
Yeah.
So I said it was a bourbon. That was wrong.
I think we should make eggnog.
We should make eggnog. We can do it on live stream. We never made it for
last
Christmas.
year.
I know. That's depressing.
It was sad.
Yeah. State of distillation, I said Indiana, which it's not. It's Kentucky. Actually, or is it Louisiana? It depends on where it's from. Because technically they make some of it in Louisiana.
I don't know.
Right? Anyway, a proof I said 95. This is 90 even, so I got the proof point. Age I said 7 years. I think this is like 6 years. I'm not entirely sure, but I think it's around 6 years, so I'll give myself the point for that. Make myself feel a little bit better. Mash bill I said corn, rye, barley. It's not, it's rye. I think it's rye, corn, barley. I don't know the exact mash bill. If you guys know, that would help me out. Finish, I said no, right? I said no.
You said no, but you were very close to saying yes.
Yeah, because this has always been a funky rye for me. It's always been like a weird, fruity, like weird rye for me. Price, I said $50. This is only supposed to be like 30-ish, I think. And the distillery, I said Bardstown. It's not. It's Sazerac.
Joe Dickinson says Saz is distilled at BT.
Buffalo Trace.
Well, we knew that.
Yeah, but when we were in New Orleans at the Sazerac house, they do actually distill some Sazerac there, I thought, right? They had the big stills and they were distilling it, or they were distilling something.
Are you sure that was Sazerac?
I don't know. I don't think they specified.
I
I
don't
just
think
assumed.
it was Sazerac.
Not sure it's worth the cost, but it was good. Okay, for the Kentucky Owl. Interesting. Kentucky whiskey is blended in Japan. Blended in Japan or with Japanese whiskey? Casey says Saz makes a damn good Manhattan. It also makes a good Sazerac if you ever had one. I love Sazeracs. Sugar says 51, 39, 10. At least I can give myself a little bit of redemption for calling it a bourbon because it's barely legal rye. 51% rye and 39% corn and 10% malted barley, so that's good. It does. I mean, it tastes like a high rye bourbon, which really it's a low rye, so it's close enough. Joe Dickens says Saz is still WT. Old Humble Distilling Company says cheers to the host, and here's the chat. Hey, Old Humble Distilling Company, thanks for being in here. Cheers to you.
I looked them up. They're from Texas.
Old Humble Distilling Company is? Awesome. Cheer. What time is it in Texas? Probably an hour behind us, so
I don't think so. I'm pretty
6:30?
sure they're in the same time zone as us.
No. I thought our time zone goes down with the Mississippi.
Honey, we didn't change time zones when we were in New Orleans.
New Orleans is on this side of the Mississippi. Didn't you say they were in Texas?
Hold on. I'm not sure.
Now who's
They're in
geographically
Texas.
challenged?
I don't know where the time zone is. I know that there's one in Michigan.
I think it goes down the Mississippi.
I'm pretty sure the next time zone, though, is Mountain Time.
Oh, wait, you're right.
I don't think that they have a time difference. Time in Texas. Right now.
You might be right.
It is 7:34 in Texas.
Shit.
Who's the smart one now, Holden?
Kentucky Oil Confiscated is really good and really complex. I don't know if it's worth the $140 price tag.
What the heck?
I've had a lot of
$140
$140
what
whiskeys.
kind of bourbons they had, and I got this sidetracked by someone over here that doesn't believe in me.
Joe Dickinson says they do make some there, no clue where it goes. So yeah, at the Sass house.
Legendary Boomtown Bourbon. Oh, that sounds fancy.
That does sound fancy. He also says that they have a Japanese master distiller blend their whiskey in Japan. Okay, that's cool. Sugar Deed says, I believe the story is they bottled some at the Sazerac house in Louisiana, but it's not distilled there. Sazerac in Louisiana makes some other products. Interesting.
So they
Texas
have
is Central Times, except for El Paso.
Whiskey, and then they have a straight rye whiskey.
Old Humble Distilling Company has a straight whiskey and a straight rye, you said?
Yeah.
Interesting. How is it, guys? You guys know. You guys make it. How is it? Is it good? Should you send me some and I'll try it? I'll give you an honest answer. Joe Dickinson says he was right, Holden. The earth is round. You know, that's what they keep saying, but just you wait. I'm going to prove otherwise.
Holden's going to fall off the edge.
I am. Because I'm on the edge of glory. And
they have a special reserve.
So, Old Humble Distilling.
It's rich, dark, and smoky whiskey with a smooth, clean flavor. Tastes great, neat, or on the rocks, and pairs well with friends and tall tales, like the time you and the crew went to Buddha and caught that one band in the bar and spent the whole night with the band. And while those stories are better told over a glass of our special reserve and a cigar, too.
I do like cigars. Sounds like it would go good with a cigar as well.
It's like $36.
Maybe we should get some. I wonder if they ship to Wisconsin.
I don't know. This is on Grizzly.
I suppose they're there. So, that's true. So they can answer us. El Paso is barely Texas. Burn! Get it? Because
No.
Anyway, Sugar says almost all of Texas is central, but there's a tiny western tip of Texas that is mountain time. Yeah. So we were both right. Old Humble says...
no, because they weren't in El Paso.
Well, yeah, right, yeah.
So I was right.
Straight whiskey, special reserve, both corn-based. Double oak rye. Double oak rye. That sounds really good. I actually don't know if I've had a double oak rye.
Okay, so they delivered to Wisconsin. They're not there yet, but UPS has trucks that are. That's funny.
Okay. And then a legendary Boomtown bourbon. Boomtown. Wait. There's a character in Letterkenny named Boomtown.
Too bad Casey isn't here to share that with you.
I know. Well, Casey's here. He'd understand. I've not seen your stuff in Wisconsin, but it looks interesting. We're not there yet, but UPS has trucks that go there. That they do. So maybe we'll have to get a bottle. open it up on the live stream and see how it is. I wonder, was it only Drizzly that had it, right? Drizzly?
Oh, no, that was just the first one that popped up, so that's what I clicked on.
Because I know your dad would probably buy it if it was on,
He's mad
Reserve
at
Bar.
Reserve Bar right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Never mind.
They shipped them something, but I think they shipped them to some random ass fucking place. And then when he said to them, like, it didn't get shipped to my house, they told him, well, it got shipped to this place. Basically, go fucking F yourself.
Screw you, Reserve Bar.
I don't know if that's true. That's what I got out of the aggravating story that he was talking about while facing the wall.
Old Humble Distilling says, our whiskey predates Boomtown on Letterkenny, but that's a dope-ass show. Yes. You're definitely welcome here if you're talking about that. Boomtown. Double Oak Rye sounds great. It absolutely does. We're giving away a free bottle on our 2,000 subs special at the end of the month.
Well, hey,
We'll
send some of your subscribers our way, and then we can have a giveaway for our 1,000.
True. But
how close are we?
I will try to be there. What day and time? I suppose I didn't say it was a live stream, but we're gonna look into it. Oh, look at that! An hour and 36 minutes into live stream,
and you
I finally finished all of my food. Anyway, I almost made it into the wine glass. Okay, so back on topic here. So, long story short.
What was the topic?
Well, I sucked at the bottle guess.
Well, that's normal.
But the whiskey that I drank was all really good, so that's good.
This guy has a funny shaped head, doesn't he?
Wow, making fun of the guy who has anxiety. You might as well just be taking shots at me.
Hey, I never said you had a funny shaped
head.
Hey! Oh, look at who's finally here!
Old Man Loren, thanks so much for the package. So much stuff. We hope you enjoy it, buddy. And also thank Taylor and Casey. I said Tacey. Oh. Thank Taylor and Casey because they put together most of that. All we added was 2 beers and
we just added random stuff from our house.
We were just like, oh, they can't even like this stuff.
No, I had extra room in the box, so I just started throwing in beer bottles.
True. Yeah, hang and see. I hope you like it, and let us know when you get into that stuff, and we'll see
how are the cookies.
How you like it. Yeah, did you eat the cookies?
I hope you ate the cookies.
I forgot that we sent them cookies. They were Stacey's recipe, so if they're bad, it's her fault. Just kidding. They were amazing when we had them, so if they're bad, it's probably shipping's fault. March 31st to the 2K special. Every Wednesday we have a live happy hour at 10 p.m. Ooh.
Holy cow, you guys are up late.
I would love to be there on your guys' live stream. 10 p.m. Wow. Although on a Wednesday, when I get home from work, it's already like 9:30ish.
March 31st is the 2K special, but that's a Friday.
Okay. Well, you know what? We'll try to be there.
By we, he means him, because obviously.
Well, if it's a Friday.
Well, if it's this Friday, I'm working. And next Friday, I have a nail appointment.
For those that need the link to Old Humble Distilling Company, Sugar Kitty put it there. So thank you, Sugar Kitty, for putting that there. It's a 95% rye, aged a little more than 2.5 years with extra oak staves. Give it the equivalent of 7 years in the barrel. Very interesting. Made Wisconsin Old Fashioned with a splash of Coke and OGD bib.
That's an very interesting Old Fashioned.
I never had an Old Fashioned with Coke.
I don't know.
But he said a splash of Coke. He didn't say. But then again, in Wisconsin, we add a splash of soda.
Okay, but some places it's a splash. Some places it's like the whole can.
That's true. He says the cookies were great, Loren.
Oh, yeah.
So cheers to Loren and to Stacy because it was Stacy's recipe.
Those
cookies were really good.
My love went into the cookies.
True. Special ingredient, Loren's love. So, I was gonna say something really mean and really bad.
Ear.
No, it was mean to you. You would not like it if I said it.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say if they had you loving it, they were probably a little bitter. Just kidding. Oh, you should see the look in her eyes. Oh, you can look at. Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Don't touch me.
Okay. To the couch. Haney Z says I used the Wisconsin mix. Said to add a splash of soda, so just a Coke, gave it some fizz.
Aha! I forgot that was in there.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, that's what we made our kitty cocktails out of.
Hanging, add some. I don't know if you like Squirt or 7-Up, or Squirt or 50-50. So that's like sweet or sour.
No.
Or Mountain Dew.
Honey.
50-50 is sour. Squirt is sweet.
Squirt is sour. Sweet is lemon lime.
Sorry.
Gosh,
Either add Mountain Dew or 7-Up is sweet.
Yes, 7-Up.
Mountain Dew or 7-Up, or add
just by the
Squirt
way, nobody
or
adds
50-50.
fucking Mountain Dew unless you're from the hillbilly town.
Yeah, so just add 7-Up. Wait, what do your parents do when they make old fashioned?
My parents make old fashioned sweet.
I know, but what do they use?
They use Sprite because they like Sprite.
Ew.
I don't like Sprite. I like Sprite.
Sprite tastes like TV static.
You don't need to come at Sprite, Holden.
Sprite came at everyone else first. You know how many people's faces it distorted when they drink it?
Only McDonald's Sprite.
I'm just saying. Sprite, ugh, I don't know. But yeah, definitely add some of the, like a sweet or sour. Try it both ways, because in Wisconsin, that's how they do the old fashions. So
and then
you'll be
you
able
do
to know.
cherry or olives, and you can do whiskey or
Usually,
brandy.
if you have a sour, you do olives, and if you have a sweet, you do cherries. And then you can also try it with brandy, and you can have a brandy sweet or a brandy sour, which is also very common.
You would do a brandy
thing.
sweet. That would be weird. So.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I like the taste of a whiskey sour, so I don't know if a brandy sour would be that much worse, you know.
Anyway. Sugar Kitty says, "Oh, just smack him. You got your wish."
Tizzler says, "No problem. Hanging Z was my better half's plan. Hope you enjoy it." Hanging Z said, "I bet Dr. Pepper would have been good." True.
How come you don't call me your better half? You just call me your bitter half.
That was a good joke because I just called you bitter. Yeah, you're funny. So I gotta go take care of homework. I'll check in later. Hey, cheers, Old Humble Distilling Company. Thanks for being here. We appreciate you, and hope to see you around on your streams, my stream, whatever. We'll try to make it and have fun with the homework. And as he says, I will try the Squirt and I'll try the Squirt or 7-Up. Not a Sprite guy. Yeah, me either. Sprite is no bueno. Yeah, it's real good with Squirt and it's real good with 7-Up. I don't know. I usually make them with Squirt though when we're here.
You hardly ever have old fashions.
No, but back when I did.
That was for something else though.
No, I know, but back when I had old fashions, I had it with Squirt.
Oh, yeah.
Squeeze it.
Stop! Don't. It's gonna
squeeze. We're gonna get some ice for that, you heathen.
Are you?
Joe Dickinson says bitter half.
I know, I'm hilarious. Holden doesn't get to laugh at my joke stuff.
And you know what? Since she's getting up, she gets this thin little butt pillow, and I'm taking the big boy.
If you want a big boy, I'll give you a big boy later tonight. Yeah.
I don't know if she realizes that we're on live on the internet sometimes. I'm not that apparent about it. I hint at nasty things. You just blatantly say it. I'm just whatever.
You're 21 or older to watch our live stream.
Technically, you're right. You're supposed to be 21 to watch this live stream. Casey says thanks for coming out.
Taco Bell lettuce in here.
It does. The lettuce was very bad warm. There's a reason why they put the lettuce on after. Wow. That was, I think I felt the spray on my arm from that.
Smoking.
You're gonna drip all over the bar. Oh. Gosh, it's mesmerizing.
I can't say gross things, but you can moan on the television.
Because it was non-sexual until you said something about it. That's why. So I did enjoy the Glen, my first one. Usually drink like a hobo. Well, awesome. I'm glad you enjoy it.
Living like a hobo pretty soon.
How do you like the logo? Pretty good, right? Loren designed that. Shout out to her and her bitterness.
You don't just get to say mean things about me and then act like you care.
Casey says, I'll be honest, I have never had an old-fashioned with dark soda, but I'd be curious to try it. Yeah, I know, me either. But, I'm sure it's good. There's whiskey
It's gotta
Coke.
be. I bet Dr. Pepper would be good because Dr. Pepper's
You got bitters.
flavor.
You got bitters in there, and you got whiskey. It's basically like a whiskey Coke or like a whiskey Dr. Pepper, but with bitters and a little bit of mix. Now I'm gonna try it. We can do it on next week's live stream.
Wow.
It's Dickens. Yeah, we were talking about Boomtown. We were talking about Boomtown earlier, and you missed it. He likes the idea of soda to cut down the syrup a bit. Yeah, the soda's not bad, especially in summertime when you're real hot and you want to add some soda to your old fashioned.
You want something to be a little bit more refreshing than just
Yeah,
alcohol.
like when you're out on the golf course. Oh, nothing beats an old fashioned on the golf course. Absolutely phenomenal. What are the 3 rings of marriage? If your wife's happy and your wife's fed and your wife is well rested, then you won't get yelled at. I think that's how that goes.
What is it from?
Huh?
What is that from?
I don't know. I didn't know the actual answer. I was just making that up.
Are we supposed to look it up?
I'm pretty sure the 3 rings of marriage are like an actual thing. I just used Coke because it was all I had laying around. And yeah, logo looks good. Yeah, logo looks good.
It's a joke.
Oh, I figured. OGD Bib was a killer mixer whiskey. Yeah, absolutely.
There are 3 rings of marriage: the engagement ring, wedding ring, and the suffering.
Oh,
I've heard that one before.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've heard that one
Me
from
too.
Casey.
I've definitely heard that one. The engagement ring, the wedding ring, and the suffering. Yes, big oof. Suffering is the 3rd ring.
You know who the one here suffering is? It's me, because I have to deal with someone.
That's what?
Nothing.
What? Did you say blind? Doesn't that make you lucky?
I think that
Oh! I'm just kidding. Please stay.
I'm leaving!
I'm back. Yeah. Hey, come back. The people miss you. Anyways, he says, I forgot that I needed soda, but that is the difference between a Wisconsin old fashioned and that's the difference between Wisconsin old fashioned is a soda thing, right? Yeah, I mean, most people will say that a Wisconsin old fashioned is with brandy, but if you go to any bar that's not like a classy old time, like a classy like there's upscale bars, that's where you get like an old fashioned the way the rest of the world makes it. But if you go to any like typical bar, like in Wisconsin, and you order an old fashioned, it's gonna have soda in it. That's kind of like the whole thing. Loren, come back. Casey says to the couch. You're not wrong. Joe Dickinson says, do we need to call somebody to help? Absolutely. Hanging as he says, wow, we have a walkout. Loren, the people miss you. You got to get back in here right now. I'm going to drink all your soda. Are you going to come in here so we can say goodbye to these good people? I don't know if she can hear me. She must be like in the bathroom. That's what we'll want to say. But overall, guys, I don't know what's going on out there, but I'm going to have to go find out. He says, man, those beers look great as well. Yeah, I mean, well, the Anapy ones are freaking awesome. And I know you said you liked the harp, so I sent you one of those. And I had a Guinness laying around, so we sent you one of those. And then the one from New Glarus is the people who make Spotted Cow. That is their Oktoberfest. We had a couple of those lying around. We're like, we'll throw one in. So that's kind of, I figured you'd like to try some of those, and that is all good. Loren! What the heck? Can't take a joke. Tricky says, holding in Chateau Bow Wow. Yeah, absolutely. Hang on, he says the Loren show, but Loren left, so it is the Bourbon Bar again. Bubba, they're taking away your Loren show. I don't think she's coming back in here for the rest of the night. But that's okay, because we're already at an hour and 49 minutes, so it's about time to shut it down. I am definitely in Chateau Bow Wow. Handy says the box you sent weighed a ton. Well, we hope you like it, because it was a real deal. It has about as much Wisconsin as we can fit into it. Actually, we could have probably fit more. Could have put some cheese in there. We could have put some stuff and could have put some. Yeah, we could have put more stuff in there. But hey, we are glad you enjoyed it. And thank you for entering the giveaway and being here every week, supporting us on this live stream. So, just like that, I'm gonna sign out without you, Loren. She doesn't care. Apparently, she doesn't care about you guys. So, that's cool. I'm sure I'm going to have to go fix that. But thank you all for being here tonight. And just a little recap. I suck at guessing when it's Sazerac Rye. That much I know. As far as the old whiskeys that I have revisited, they're all pretty great. I mean, I wasn't sure on the Willet Pot still because, like I said, I've seen so many bad things about it. But it actually isn't bad at all. So, I'm glad that it didn't live up to the hype of it being bad. Also, the Jeffersons was a secret hitter. I'm glad I enjoyed that. But, yeah, that'll be the end of it. Shirky says no one will take away Loren's show. That's true. And yeah, man, was a bit late. Was out with some relatives for late lunch. Well, that is A-okay hanging. We're glad you're here, as always. Now, if you guys want to see any of the other channels who are on here tonight, definitely go look at them. We had Northwest Bourbon on here for a bit. Also, Stacy H dropped by in 4-leaf whiskey. So go check those people out. Also, the old frickin' Humble Distilling Company was also here. Check them out as well. Also, there are other people live streaming on Tuesdays, part of the TGIT crew. Go and check out those people. I know 21090 is usually on. Also, usually Bad Axe Bobby is doing something, I think, on Tuesdays as well, depending on the Tuesday, I think. So, if he's live streaming, check him out. But that being said, thank you all for being here. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed to the Bourbon Bar, please do that right now. Hit the subscribe button and the like button. And we will see you all in the next class. We'll see you all in the next class. Cheers, Loren. Cheers, Holden. And that is why I will be alone tonight. Cheers, everybody.